self-doubts suck. Are you agreeing with me on that? Like, self-doubt is the thief of joy, and it's all in our head, and we can suffer in silence with these self-doubts. They can hit like hard on our head or in our head, like all the time, or just creep in out of nowhere when we are somewhere and talking to a person, and all of a sudden it's like, does he like me? Is this even a good conversation? Does my sentences, do they make sense? Or it's just these questions, these nagging voices in our head, and self-doubt is just the title over all these voices. And I want to invite you to get rid of them. And when I say rid of them, you might have the reaction like, ha ha ha, this is just not possible. And somehow we are human, and it is not possible to have no self-doubts and walk through life. Or maybe some people don't have a lot of them, or none even, and they are not the most enjoyable persons to be around, because some kind of self-reflection, let's say that in a positive way, is just healthy, I think, to question ourselves from time to time, like, was that good? Was that enough? Was that appropriate? That's healthy. But what's not healthy and really not helpful is this criticizing all over the place without even having a reason, just because it's just fun for self-doubt to hit you on your head, like, ooh, look at you. Ooh, it's like your hair is not looking good enough. Apparently, self-doubts for our appearance are the baddest, right? And then it's for our performance, and then it's what other people would or could or should think of us. And this helpless feeling with self-doubts talking to us all the time, I think we can do something about that. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. First, I want to talk with you here in this podcast episode, but then I want to invite you to a 90-minute workshop with me at the 11th of July, 2022. 90 minutes where we are focusing on getting rid of self-doubts. I developed a technique, let's name it that way, in a meditation where you can work through your self-doubts and really get rid of them as a picture, you know, like it's like a fantasy story, like a fairy tale. And you even see your self-doubts. I love to do that, like having all the things in our heads appearing as a being, as a person. That's not schizophrenic. That's just more fun than having a word like self-doubts without something tangible to them. So in this meditation, you really see them, how they go away. I won't tell you more here now. Please check out the workshop at the 11th of July. Read through the description, and if that's for you, I'm so happy to welcome you in a Zoom room and work through the self-doubts you currently have, or the ones you are scared of the most, or the ones of your past. Just top 10. We are dealing with the top 10 self-doubts. I bet you have more. That's totally normal. I have hundreds of them, but I learned to deal with them and to tame them and to get rid of them in the right, like in the right moment. I'm like hissing to my self-doubt, like, no, go away. No time, no energy, no space for you right here. I need to believe in myself. I want to believe in myself. It's a decision. So top 10, I told you about top 10, not 100. 100 are overwhelming, but write down your top 10. If you attend the workshop, this is the perfect preparation. And if you're like, no, I don't need a workshop with that, write down your top 10 self-doubts. That's so eye-opening when you see them, like, oh wow, look at these, like where do they come from? And that's the second question. Like, you write your top 10 list down. I believe this, I always tell me that, I always doubt when this and this happens. Write it all down and then think about, where is this coming from? Like, I was always turning red, like a tomato red. I mean, my skin is so white, and when I blush, it's not a blushing, it's, I'm as red as in my background. When I was like, I don't know how you say that in your country, we had to raise our hand for saying something in school, and I raised my hand. While raising my hand, I already blushed, and then I turned really red, and then I said something and everybody around me laughed and they yelled at me like, oh, look, she's so red in her face. And I turned even redder. So when I say something in public, I really need to tame the you turn red voices in my head. It's like an automatic program. It's not even a self-doubt. It's doubting that I won't get red, that I'll be able to resist the turning red. That's like the self-doubt coming up every time I say something in front of an audience. And I really worked on that. So it's very rare that that happens. But if you write down a self-doubt like that, like every time I say something, I doubt that I can say it without maybe stuttering, or just with saying it with confidence, or even opening my mouth. Think about, where is that coming from? Is that my mother? Is that the voice of my grandfather? Is that my mean teacher from primary school, or a mean bully wherever in kindergarten? If you think through your self-doubts, and let's say top 10, then you already face them in a very practical way and in your head, right? It's not a feeling, it's just on your paper, top 10, where is it coming from? Well, it's from this situation, it's this person. Often, or maybe 99% of the times you have self-doubts. These are not your voices. These are trained beliefs because of somebody or a situation. And seeing them on paper clearly is really, really helpful already. And if you want to work through with the magic I prepared for you for the workshop, just sign up and we will work through this list and even more. And you will have the sustainability of getting rid of them, and not just for a half an hour or during the workshop. When they come back, you know what you want and what you can do. But this list is very powerful too. So try this anyway, and you will have the benefit of seeing it clearly and just neutral on paper. That's so helpful already. So if you are in for 90 minutes of working on your self-doubts to get rid of them, we don't do only a meditation, we also work through a beautiful handout and really dig in deep. And you are doing the work during the workshop. I'm not lecturing and you go away and then you have to do all the homework. That's also what I love in the Joy Academy. You are in these master classes, you are doing the work right away. You're fully diving into the topic, whatever you choose. And at the 11th of July, it's self-doubts. And then you are thinking about it all day long. You know, you can use this technique in a short way in the evening, and you're really implementing after this workshop because you're in it. You learned the tool, the skill, and you can try it out and refine it and also make it your own right away. Like at this day, at the 11th of July in the evening, you already feel different. I really promise you that. And of course, if you are like trapped in self-doubts for all your life, we won't change everything in 90 minutes, but the seed is planted. This plant can grow, and you making the decision that from this day, 11th of July, during this workshop with this Rania, who is a little bit cuckoo with her meditations and all her fairy tale imagination, but it was fun. It was really practical. That's also super important to me. After that, you set in stone, I do things differently from now on. And you can. This decision is super powerful, and you will feel the difference at that day and the next day. And whenever you use this technique and this meditation, you can really re-listen to the meditation afterwards, of course. So it's 90 minutes, that's short or long, depends on the viewpoint, but you can make a difference in your life in 90 minutes and then going on from there into the future. You are powerful. That's my message. And self-doubts can be very, very creepy, very, very powerful too, but you are more powerful. My little friend Pauline comes to my mind. She's always saying, I have more than you. I'm faster, I'm bigger, I'm older. She even tells me, or Mika, I'm older than you. So everything is possible to be more. You are more than your self-doubts. You are a powerful, wonderful being, unique and one of a kind in this whole universe. And these self-doubts who are just sucking the joy out of you are not allowed to live within you all the time and teasing you. Let's get rid of them. Let's do that at the 11th of July. Check out the workshop. And if you are not available at that time, I know Switzerland time zones are not so compatible with the whole world, but you can listen to the replay. That's no problem. I will invite you, even though you can't attend live. You will feel like you are participating live when you watch the video. So self-doubt suck, and you are allowed. I give you permission. That sounds weird, but I really think this possibility has to come to our mind first, like these self-doubts creeping in all the time. I have to be aware of them first, like, oh, wow, here they go again. And then like having the permission to even think about the possibility that they could be gone or like reduced to a minimum. How about that? That already feels like, oh, like a big relief, right? And then, of course, there are thousands of techniques to deal with them. I will show you mine, a unique one with a lot of fairy dust on it, but very practical in the same time. Check the link out. I will post it into the show notes underneath this video, wherever you read or listen or watch this. I will put the link to sign up for this. And if you missed the workshop, then you can, I will do that again in fall 2022, I guess. So let's get rid of them now, right? The sooner the better, because your life will feel so different and there is more joy in your everyday life without these joy-sucking questions, voices in your head. Let's get rid of them. 11th of July, I can't wait to meet you live in person and do this work with you. I wish you the best for the whole of the month of July, and let's meet. And follow me on Instagram at JoyIsMyCompass or on TikTok at JoyIsMyCompass. It's a great honor to have you here. And if you want to get my joy inspiration via email, sign up at joyismycompass.com. That's my website. If you scroll to the bottom, you can sign up for the newsletter. See you there. Thank you. Have a great, great time. Bye-bye.